All right, so for our last two examples, we've got a lovely picture here drawn of Kevin, Adam, and Dan. And it tells us how far apart Adam and Dan are, but they're asking us how far apart the other guys are. So first thing I would do is label your triangle. So we're just going to call this A for Adam, K for Kevin, and D for Dan, if that's okay. So just make sure this gets called a little k, this one gets called a little a, and this one across from Dan is my little d right there. One thing else I'm going to do, because I know I will need it sometime in this problem, especially since we're finding both these sides, is I'm going to find the angle here that Dan is standing at. So I'm just going to take my calculator, 180, subtract 71, subtract 86, and that angle is 23 degrees. Okay, now we're ready to go. So on example 5, they're asking how far Kevin is away from Adam. So here's Kevin, here's Adam. So D is what they're actually wanting here. So we're going to use the sign of angle D over little d. And then we're going to use Kevin as well because he's the only other side we know. We know that we say Kevin. It's actually the side between Adam and Dan, but we called it little k. So we're going to use the sign of big K over little k. And then just plug in the values. Okay, so that angle D is what we found, which was 23 degrees over side D. That's what we don't know. We'll just leave it as a D. And then sine of angle K, which is 86 degrees over little k, which is 25. All right, let's go ahead and cross products here. So we've got this 25 times the sine of 23 degrees is equal to, over here, D times the sine of 86 degrees. And just go ahead and get that D by itself. So we're going to divide by its friend sine of 86 right there. And the distance between Adam and Kevin right here, which we're calling D, is just 25 sine of 23 divide by sine of 86, which gives me 9.8. Okay, so there's 9.8. We might want to write feet since we know what unit we're in right here. But that distance here is 9.8 feet. Okay, now it's just the same problem, but now we're just trying to find out how far away is Dan from Kevin. This probably should say Kevin right there. Okay, so how far away is Dan from Kevin? We're looking for A this time. So we're going to use the sine of angle A over little a. And on this one, you could use either D or K on this one because you know the side for D, you also know for the side for K. So it really doesn't matter. This one was rounded a little bit, so it's going to be just a tiny bit more accurate, but not enough to matter if you use Kevin. So we'll use Kevin. But if on a test you use Adam, Dan, D, it would give you the same thing. All right, plug them in. We're going to find our angle A, which was 71 degrees, divided by little a, that's what we're looking for, is equal to the sine of angle K, which is 86 degrees, divided by little k, which is 25. Okay, and cross products multiply. 25 times the sine of 71 is equal to A times the sine of 86. All right, let's go ahead and just solve for that A. So divide by the sine of 86 there. Sine of 86. And A here is equal to, plug this in, 25 sine of 71, enter, divide by sine of 86, and I have a 23.7 right there, feet. So 23.7 feet right there on that one, 9.8 feet over there, and we're done. That's all the examples. Homework's not very long either. Go ahead and give it a try.